The Laker pregame show brought to you by Pepsi-Cola, inviting you to take the Pepsi Challenge and enjoy the winning taste of Pepsi. The Lakers know how Custer felt. It's the last stand. And the Lakers tonight go against the Seattle Supersonics. The game will be played at the Fabulous Forum, and the crowd will be around 14 or 15,000, far below capacity. The Lakers, to use an old cliche, with their backs against the wall. And it's possible history could be made tonight. All three other mini-series are over. We'll tell you about that in a minute. But if the Lakers can get one here tonight in the victory column, they could go to Seattle on Sunday, turn it all around, and qualify to play in the semifinals of the Western Conference, the Portland Trail Blazers, commencing next Tuesday. But they must win tonight. Pat, the other scores.
Definitely, Chick. Cleveland tonight was defeated by New York to be beaten 2-0 in that series, 109-107. The Washington Bullets defeated the Atlanta Hawks 107-103, that game in overtime. And the Milwaukee Bucks over the Phoenix Suns, a team a lot of people picked, 94-90.
I picked them until I read in Sports Illustrated they were going to win, and then you can never pick anybody.
Yeah.
I'm Chick Hearn along with Pat Riley, and tonight we hope that you'll be in our listening audience throughout the evening as we bring you our bird's-eye view of what should be a most exciting basketball game. We'll be back in a minute and talk about the game, the individuals that make it up. This is the Laker Forum Basketball Network.
We're at the Pepsi Challenge at Movieland Wax Museum in Buena Park, California.
Much has been written and much has been said about the Los Angeles Lakers' strengths and deficiencies. Before the game in Seattle, we said that we thought the series rested on the activities of the Laker guards and or the Washington guards. And also we thought that the play of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at center would be a pivotal factor. Those have come to pass, and I think that the Laker guards have been really beaten down by the press.
There's no doubt about that, Chick. I think Jerry West had three priorities going into the game the other night. He wanted to play good aggressive defense, which the team did do. He wanted to hold their own on the boards, but they did. They defeated the Sonics on the boards, and they wanted to do a good job on Johnson, Williams, and Brown. They didn't do that job, but I think the reason is, Chick, is that the Seattle Sonics offense is sort of catered to the Seattle guards. The Laker offense is somewhat a low post offense, and a lot of the guards' plays are options. So I think it's not very indicative just because of the point total of the guards.
I think you got to remember this. You got here with this bunch of guys, and you got to win with them. They won for you on the year after every possible kind of a disaster could strike this ball club, and they think they can beat this Seattle team. And I think they would have beaten them except for one span of 1 minute and 15 seconds at Seattle. If you'll recall with me, 6 minutes to play second quarter. The Lakers lead 37-28. The Lakers got them on the run. Lenny Wilkins calls a timeout. The Lakers come out of the timeout and give up 9 consecutive points. Due, sure, to some fine play by Seattle, but more importantly, the Lakers turned it over 3 times in that 1 minute and 15 seconds and took 2 very, very bad shots. You can't do that against good teams.
I think especially up there at Seattle, you don't want to do that. Tonight, I would imagine that the Lakers definitely are going to be more in the game because they're more comfortable at home. But if you can shoot a good percentage against the Sonics, around 49, 50%, which is what the Lakers do shoot, and if you keep the ball to yourself and don't turn it over, I think the Lakers are going to win tonight.
We'll be back in a minute. This is the Laker Forum Basketball Network.
We're at the Pepsi Challenge booth at the Movieland Wax Museum, asking people why they prefer the taste of Pepsi.
The Lakers made only 90 points Tuesday night at Seattle. That's their 3rd lowest point production of the entire season. That won't get it done. In fact, these clubs have played 5 times this year, and the Sonics have won 4 of the games. But in all 5 losses, the losing team never reached 100 points.
Well, the Sonics especially, you mentioned this the other day on the air, Chick. And since Wilkins has been with them, they have held their opponents under 100 points 25 times, and they've
26
won
now.
But the other night, and 26 straight times they've won. So defense is the key to them because they don't shoot the ball that well from the outside. They're a scatter ball club. They like to put it up from the perimeter, but they get a lot of second shots, and they really make the transition back on defense.
Pat, we got a few seconds left here in the pregame show. A lot of people are driving. A lot of people are just tuning in. Give us those 3 finals because all the other mini-series are now over 2 straight games to the victors.
Been a clean sweep back east. The New York Knicks defeated Cleveland 109-107. The Atlanta Hawks were defeated in overtime by the Washington Bullets 107-103, and Milwaukee 94, Phoenix 90.
Okay, the crowd moving in. They're getting noisy. There are 3 referees as usual. Tommy Nunes will be the alternate. Johnny Vanek and Don Murphy will work the ball game. We've got a color guard coming out to midcourt. We're just about at the end of our pregame show. We are not moving away from the anthem, ladies and gentlemen. It is simply that everything cowtails to national television, which is here tonight, blacked out in the Los Angeles area, and they're running out of the regular sync of operational plans. For Pat Riley, Chick Hearn, inviting you to stay tuned for exciting Laker basketball. Hello again, everybody. Chick Hearn with Pat Riley. The starting lineup for the Seattle Supersonics, leading the series 1-0. Gus Williams, 6'2", 175, and Dennis Johnson, 6'4", 185 in the backcourt. At center, Marvin Webster, 7'1", 240, and up front, they'll have Johnny Johnson, 6'7", 200-pounder, and he'll pair with Jack Sikma, 6'11", 230. The coach, Lenny Wilkins, Les Habegger, the assistant. For the Lakers, back to a starting assignment. Jamal Wilkes, 6'6", 190. The other forward will be Adrian Dantley, 6'5", 210. At center, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 7'2", 235. And in the backcourt, Lou Hudson, 6'5", 210, and Norm Nixon, 6'1", 175. The coach of the Lakers, Jerry West. The assistants, Jack McCloskey and Stan Albeck.